Both China and Iran are involved in worsening disputes with the United States. For China, the issue's trade. For Iran, it's the threat of war. Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif was last here 12 months ago, just after the US pulled out of the Iran nuclear agreement that China helped broker. It was meant to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief. China and other nations were allowed to keep buying Iranian oil.
China is one of the most important partners of the Islamic Republic of Iran. It is also our political partner, our very close economic partner, and also one of the remaining members of the nuclear deal. During this new stage, it is important to have close consultations with the Chinese.
But earlier this month, Donald Trump cancelled the exemptions that had permitted such purchases, just before raising tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. These recent developments pose a dilemma for China's leaders.
The relationship between China and Iran has been affected a lot by the sanctions from America, especially the recent escalating economic sanctions and the military threat. This caused a very big challenge and uncertainty in relations between China and Iran,
creating added diplomatic pressure for China. China's leaders are in a bind. They still appear committed to the Iran nuclear deal and maintaining trade ties. But so far as we know, China's not imported any Iranian oil since the beginning of May, a sign perhaps that China is reluctantly going along with the sanctions it publicly opposes. So does China still have Iran's back?
No, not at this point. And the reason is that China is really not in a position to back Iran. Right now, the only party that can back Iran is the Europeans. And they have 60 days to decide that, but they probably have done everything they could. And for China, it's the best strategy for China actually to stay out and maybe voice some support quietly.
China's already begun to pay a heavy price for its relationship with Iran. Meng Wanzhou, the CFO of Huawei, is awaiting extradition from Canada to the United States on charges of conspiring to violate US sanctions on Iran. 2 years ago, another Chinese telecommunications company paid the US government a fine of more than $1 billion after admitting trading with Iran. The question now is whether China's leaders will be prepared to defy Trump over Iran and risk further diplomatic and economic fallout. Given the state of that relationship, though, they may well feel they have nothing to lose. Adrian Brown, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
The Supreme Leader has said Iran doesn't want war. President Trump has said he doesn't want war. But you're saying conflict is still really a risk.
Nobody knows what's going to happen as long as there are armada in our region, there are fleets in our region, there are bombers in our region. And the question that should be asked is why these armada are in the region? What has been going on? The fake intelligence, which has been the root cause of all these events, should be tackled, should be taken care of, and we believe that as soon as we get rid of these fake intelligence, all of us will be in a much better situation.
What's the fake intelligence you're talking about?
The fake intelligence which says that Iran is culprit for the problems in the region, the fake intelligence which says that Iran is creating instability in Iraq. The important issue is that even these intelligence reports are not being accepted by American allies. So these are the root causes of the problems in our region.